Hello guys, welcome back to Flipping Motors UK. So, just want to show you this Yaris. You've probably seen it on the last video, what we've been doing. So there is a bit of preparation required. Got a new set of number plates on. They look much smarter. Be sure to lift any car, honestly, just a fresh set of number plates. Especially if you'd seen the state of the ones that were on this before. A good clean will save this a much nicer car too. I'll also show you what I've been on with. So these Yarises, quite easy to do this as well. Basically, you can, when you put it into gear, you hear like a creaking noise. It's nothing serious at all. All you do is you pop off the trends are different. Trends and facelift models are different. So you pop these two trims off like so, nice and straightforward. I've just had these off. I've already greased it, so I'm just going to show you guys. Pop this top half cover off like so, nice and straightforward. And then you can see I've put some grease down there. I only had copper slip, I'm afraid, which isn't great, but basically when that rubs against that, that's what causes the horrible noise. So I've put some grease on to stop it. This was something we used to do at Toyota too. So if you do have a Mark III Yaris and you experience that, that's what it is, just that bit of plastic catching there. So nice easy fix for you. And if a customer gets in, puts it in the gear and hear a big creaking noise, it's not really ideal, is it? And as you can see now, this lovely white gear knob can select first and second gear, and any of the others for that matter, without any horrible noises. Much better. We also need to give the seats and the interior a good clean of this car. As I mentioned in the last video, it did smell of smoke, and because it's got these nice fancy seat belts, look at the colour of them. You pull them further out and they're actually grey, but really dirty these, so they are going to need a good clean. I've also got this car down for a full service. The plates which I've fitted for rear brake repairs, it will be going to a garage for that, and a set of front discs and pads. So you're going to be joining me as I get most of the work done, and hopefully you might learn a thing or two as well. There we go, it's back. So rear brakes are all sorted. The handbrake is as good as new. It turned out it was just one of the wheel cylinders on the near side, so along with that the service of rear brakes. Like you say, I could have probably done that myself really. I'm not a massive fan of shoes, so if they start all falling apart, I know my hair will be coming out, so didn't really fancy that. Anyway, I've got the bonnet open. Let's make a start on giving the car it's had its inspection. Let's get the service done. So we've got full service to do on this one, which consists of a oil change, oil filter change. Obviously I'll top up all the levels where needed. Coolant, that's okay. I always top the screen wash up. We've also got 4 spark plugs to go in it, and a 1.3 engine, and then an air filter as well. Because it smelt a bit of smoke, I am putting a new pollen filter in as well, and along with that we'll be doing a couple of aircon refreshes to make sure that the smell goes, as we do a full valet on the car too. Now the first thing I've done is I've jacked the car up on both sides, using obviously both a jack and an axle stand there. What I'm going to do is get the front wheels off, ready to do the front discs and pads. This tyre needs replacing because it's quite worn on the edge, so I'm going to take that to the local tyre shop. And surprise, it started raining. Look how well the Astro automatics come up as well, by the way. 30,000 miles from new, that thing. Lovely car. But yeah, I'm going to get the wheels off. They are loosened. You have to loosen them before you jack it up. Makes it a lot easier if you're not using like a battery impact gun. So I've just used a 21mm on the end of a ratchet and a bit of brute force. So that's off. And I'm just about to start taking the wheel nuts off, and then we'll get the brakes done, get the tyre in to get replaced, and also because it's jacked up evenly on both sides, we can also start draining the oil as well. Right, just end up talking as you do. So we're going to do the spark plugs and the air filter first, because I haven't really got that much time left now, but oh well, there we go. Right, so they're all disconnected for the coil packs. So we've got 10mm bolts holding each one in. Get them out, and then you can get to the plugs. There we go, all the coil packs are off, all 4 of them. So we've got the spark plugs down here, 14mm on these. I don't have the right size spark plug socket, so I've loosened them off now. We won't have a magnet one. But we'll start getting these out now and we'll see what condition they are. I'll be honest, the coil packs were very tight. Wouldn't be surprised if they've never been off before, to be totally honest with you. But we'll have a look when they come out, and I'm sure it'll be worthwhile changing them regardless, especially on a car with very little service history. Right, let's go. They've not been changed in a while, have they? They have got the right iridium plugs in, but if you see there, it says Denso. That means they're Toyota plugs. Maybe it has been serviced regularly at a main dealer. I will be checking that. I'll call the main dealer tomorrow, see if there is any history that is missing from any book or any invoices. But these plugs might not have ever been changed. They are good for 60,000 miles or 6 years, but this car is way over both of them parameters. Yeah, there you go there. So Denso plugs, like I say, Toyota's own. They've not been out in a while, have they? So it'll be good to get some fresh plugs in it. And I'm going to give Toyota a ring, see if they do recognise the number plate or if it's had any work done. Morning guys, back again now. Got some brand new plugs in there. Camera's struggling to focus, so we're going to get them tightened up. Trick is, do them hand tight. Get them as tight as they want to go before you can feel it hitting the washer. And then you do about a quarter of a turn on top of there. They don't have to be too hard. There will be torque settings. No, I can't really be bothered to find them. So I'm going to do it the way I know, the way I've been taught. And yeah, pretty straightforward job this, isn't it? Maintenance. I think the plugs are worthy expensive type. I think they're about nearly 40 quid for 4. But is what it is. Rather do it. Now we know it's been done. There we go. Just on tightening the last one now. So we'll get that sorted and in place. I have just dropped the tyre off as well. Tyre's gone in, I think it was about 50 quid for a tyre. So yes, although it wasn't that bad, just means it's getting done then, doesn't it? Bit of peace of mind, and we can say to the customer, look, it wasn't that bad. Here's a tyre, but we've got a nice new one on it. So yeah, really pleased with that. And yeah, we've got 4 new spark plugs in. Time to just put the coil packs back. There we go, just on with putting the bolts in for the coil packs now. Nice and straightforward this. Again, I've always had a habit of doing it like where you put the coil pack in the same port that it was in when you got it out as such. But I don't think it really matters. Obviously you can replace them and all that if you need it. But I've personally always done that. And today is going to be no different. So these are all going in nicely. They don't have to be massively tight, these. The 10mm is more just to locate the coil pack. You'll find on some cars as well, like the Renaults and Fords, coil packs are just, well, VWs, they just pop straight out. They don't even have like a locator in them. This is probably just Toyota over-engineering something again. And as always, it works. So that's these all tight now. I'm now going to pop the air filter out. Nice and straightforward to be sure. It's tucked away a little bit under here. So you pop them out, slide the cover off, and there's the air filter. So it looks fairly new to be fair, but like I say, good practice. We're going to be changing it. It's not a genuine one, so it's definitely been changed. But there we go. Nice fresh one in here. So there we go, new air filters in now, new spark plugs. We've still got a pollen filter to do, the oil to do, and just a couple of levels to top up as well. Does anyone else get annoyed that screen wash isn't always blue now? Like, screen wash should just be blue, shouldn't it? To avoid any accidents with coolant or anything else. Or brake fluid, which I've also seen as well. But yeah, it should always just be blue, it's screen wash. What do you think, guys? Right, here's what we've got to play with underneath. So you've got 14mm to drain the oil, and on these Yarises you've got a weird oil filter set up. So it's a metal canister with a small paper filter inside, and if you wish to, you can drain it by putting a 3/8 extension in that gap there, and then there's a little plug that comes with the oil filter, and that drains the oil out of the filter so it makes it less messy. Normally these stick on, and without a battery impact wrench you won't be able to get that off, but I'm going to have a little play about now, see what I can do. But we need to get this oil out anyway. Look at that golden oil getting drained there, feels like a waste. I've also got the oil filter out, It will need a good clean up, but yeah, it's like I say, it seems a waste, but without having that evidence of it being done or proof when it was last done, I need to do a full service. It's as simple as that. We'll get a new filter put in there, get it all cleaned up, new seals and so on. I did try filming it for you, but it's not going to work, sadly. It's too difficult for me just to prop my phone up while I'm under here. That's what we'll do while we're in here, a new pollen filter. So on these, it's behind the glove box, and then you just squeeze it in. I'm not going to be able to do that on camera. There you go, so you just squeeze these little bits of a glove box in there, and then it just pops straight out. Make sure when you do put it back in, you locate it correctly. Oh my word, that is absolutely black. It may even be a genuine Toyota one. It's absolutely disgusting. I'm going to have to get that out of the way, and I'm not surprised the car absolutely stinks of smoke. It can't recirculate the air with a pollen filter as blocked up as that. That's what they're meant to look like, or potentially with like white fins instead, not like that. There you go, new paper element filter in there, new seals on, all cleaned up. Make sure there's no excess oil around the sump area, and we'll get this back in, and 3.2 litres of oil put in the car. There we go, so there's I'll put 3 litres in for now of oil, correct grade of course. Oil is not just oil, make sure you put the right one in. Yes, we're going to get started up, make sure it's not leaking underneath, crack on with the brakes, and then when it's down and on a level surface we'll measure the oil, and if it needs a small top up we'll do that then. So I'll start it up now. So no chain rattle, nothing like that. There's not even a service light on any of these Toyotas either. So all we need to do now, make sure it's not leaking oil. As expected, it's absolutely fine. So we'll leave it like that for a couple of minutes. Make sure there's no signs of any leakage. Like I say, we're going to get on with the brakes soon. Right, discs and pads. So you've got nothing locating the disc in on the Toyota. So I'd crack that off first. I've got the little spring clip off, and there's some little caps to get the hex slider bolts out as well. They are H7, as you can see here. And I think that's the wrong way. There we go. There you go, so they're coming out a little bit tight. It's always worth stripping and cleaning brakes, isn't it, just to make sure that they are okay. We'll get to do the same with the bottom one, pop them out, grease the pins up, and obviously we've got some new discs and pads to go on. Some are probably wondering why I'm doing the discs and pads. Sometimes I question myself, I probably really shouldn't be, because there's plenty of life left in them. But I think I'm going to have to need 2 hands for this. There you go, both out now. Caliper, that needs pushing back. I've got the correct tool to do that. Here's the inner pad. To be fair, they're only probably just over half worn. And then same with this outer one here. Probably need a little screwdriver to pop it off. So that's sat quite tightly there. Could do with a bit of strip and clean, but again you can see it's just over half worn. Discs aren't too bad, a little bit lipped, but I don't know, I think for 60-70 quid for a set of discs and pads it's worth doing, isn't it? There you go, there's the tool, it's all clamped in, and you essentially, there you go, it's doing it nice and easy. You turn that and it pushes a piston back. If it doesn't, you might have to be replacing a brake caliper, and they're not cheap. You might be looking at between 60 and £100 on a car like this, maybe even a little bit more if you're unlucky. Some of the Japanese stuff can actually be quite dear. Discs on this, 70 quid, discs and pads. If that was a Corsa Fiesta, it would probably be about 50. So you do pay a little bit more for Japanese, but as you can see, that's turning back nice and easy. You normally need a bit more pressure than that, and that piston is back. So we're ready to take the carriers off, get them cleaned up, put the new disc on, and then grease the slider pins as well. Tell you what, these were tight for the brake carrier, but off now. Just need to clean up the surfaces where the pads sit on both sides. Get this disc off. You probably need a hammer or something to hit that off. And these bolts, like I say, were really tight. I almost broke a sweat. I was getting worried, to be honest. But yeah, nearly there now. There you go, so new disc on. All nice and shiny. Couple of tips while you're doing this. When the disc's off, one, clean the hub. if it's not perfectly flush, that's where that brake disc sits. So it could cause some brake drudder or that disc to warp. So make sure that's cleaned, greased slightly as well. Makes it easier to take apart in future for if you ever have to do a wheel bearing and so on. Or the next set of discs and pads. And also, if it doesn't have a locator screw like these Yarises, just put one of the wheel nuts back in. That'll hold the disc, and otherwise it's going to be flopping about, falling off while you're faffing about trying to put your carrier back on. There we go, carrier's all on now. The pad sitter's all being cleaned up, and then on the pads I put a little bit on the edge where they sit in, a little bit where the caliper holds over. So that's obviously the outer pad. And you've got the inner pad here. Again, I'll grease it on both corners, and sometimes a little bit where it sits into the caliper. So we'll get this all back together, get the slider pins greased, and then that's one. There we go, nice shiny new discs on there. And as I said, I also like to grease the brake pipes as well. I've also done the ABS wire, as you can see. Obviously this brake pipe's been replaced and it just preserves it a little bit more for the future. But all the brakes should be perfect now. When you have finished doing the discs and pads, remember to pump the brake pedal as well to circulate the brake fluid, otherwise you'll reverse it out and there'll be no brakes at all. I'm going to do exactly the same for the other side now. It's pointless filming it because it is exactly the same. But like I say, we have got a few more little bits to do on this car. And if you walk around here, I've got all my tools ready. We've also had a new tyre put on this near side front alloy wheel as well. I did just want to show you this quick, guys. I've noticed on the other side, Toyota brake pads. These must have been in here a while, or there must be some Toyota service history for this car. There we go, so both side brakes, and still need to pump the brake pedal. Let's just I have topped the oil up a tiny bit. Let's see where we're at. Hey presto, perfect. Absolutely golden as well. Now let's try and get it back in this tiny hole with one hand. There we go. Oil cap on. Really pleased with that. So that's a full service completed. A set of front brake discs and pads. Obviously both sides. I did previously fit a set of number plates. I think that massively lifts a car. Now to get my mechanics to repair the rear braking system, he has put a new wheel cylinder inside there which controls the shoes. There we go, all nice and clean. I've put a bit of grease on these brake pipes as well just to preserve them. This side it hadn't been done, but it was okay, so I've just cleaned it up, greased it and so on. New tyre on as well. All we've got to do now is try and get it looking better and smelling a little bit better as well, because I have had the windows down because it does smell of smoke a bit in here. Now let's try and get rid of that smell. I'm confident we can do it. It's had a new pollen filter, a couple of aircon bombs, scrub all the seats and headlining and so on. We'll have a really nice car. But yeah, join me as I do that next if you like. Right, I'm on cleaning it now. So what I do is I put multi-purpose cleaner like G101 and all the engine bay. Clean all that up and look at it. Good as new. It was absolutely filthy under here before, wasn't it? What I also do is I'll give it a quick layer of snow foam over top just to get the any remaining muck off. Wheels have all been cleaned. Make sure you do your tyres as well. Okay, and in your arches as well, being careful not to remove all the copper slip you just put on. One thing I would say about especially some of the Toyotas, you know the little Igos and that little 107s that always rust on the back sill pockets. That's often because of this. So you see there's a little pocket and it's just gathering a load of mud, stones and so on, debris. Arch is absolutely filthy. And you say I've got all my wheel acid on ready to clean them off. That needs cleaning because that can cause it to rust in the future. As you can see, this one has some surface rust, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to rub all that down now it's all cleaned, and then give it a bit of underseal or something just to keep it right, and then you'll get years and years out of that. There you go, I've done my first stage on the wheels and the underbonnet. I also do around like all the door shuts and that. I've now put it all on the wheels just to get any remaining debris out of the arches. Have all been snow formed, so the rest of it will come off. Want to get the jet wash back on that, and we've got a good base for a nice clean car. There we go, looking a bit better. So what I've done is I've put some iron remover on it, also called like fallout remover, and especially on a white car you can see it dying. So basically that's like little pieces of metal that stop the paint being smooth. You can see it's dyeing it purple. You don't want to leave it on there too long. Look at all that down there. Comes off like the brakes, off the road. Comes up really nice. I'll get the back done as well. So let that all sink in there, and then the car will end up with a much nicer finish. Look at all that down there. We'll blast that off soon and get some snow foam on it. There we go, got all the snow foam on now, get this washed off, dried off, and I can see it coming up really well, to be fair. What a difference. Just a quick wash can do to a car. Now I've got to focus on the inside. Try and get rid of the smell of smoke. Has aired out a bit, so it's not as bad as it was. I sprayed a lot of air freshener in before I left for lunch. It's come out nice, this one. I think we'll make a nice car out of it, and hopefully it won't take too long to sell as well. Because of the smells, I'm doing things a bit backwards in this one. Giving the interior plastics a quick wipe over first, so they're coming up all right. I'm going to do the carpets and the seats after, and then get an aircon bomb in it, see what happens. I think we'll get rid of the smell though, so I'm well on with this. It's hard work, but it'll be worth it when someone comes to view it. There we go, interior looking much better now. Seats, they're just drying off. So what I think I'm going to do is, got the heating on, got it on recirc, might as well put the aircon bomb in and try and get it looking a lot better. I've also used this Autosmart stuff, really good. You just spray it on the seats and basically wipe off, and it's very good at like getting the stains out. If they're too dirty, it doesn't stand a chance, but for your general little stains here and there, it does a really good job. So yeah, we'll see how that ends up. Get the aircon bomb in, set that off, leave it in the car for a bit, and get some touch-ins done, tyre shine, few other bits, probably a bit of paperwork to be honest. There we have it, finished product. Just need to get it cleaned and get it advertised now it's cleaned. Do need to put a little bit of liner in the arches there, just to preserve them, but yeah, it's come up absolutely lovely. Get it open. Smells nice too. Do a good job them aircon bombs. I've had worse smelling cars. Obviously wasn't the best, but the stronger ones they don't really work on, but this one it seems to have got rid of the smell. Really, really nice. So 120,000 miles. I think it's got to be worth at least, what, 3 grand? Maybe 3,250 quid or something. We'll see. But I'll get the advert done. It'll be going live on Brinkburn Motor Company, Darlington. If you haven't already, I've just put a new page for you guys on Facebook, Flipping Motors UK. Good way to interact with me on there and find out about any future videos, updates on cars, or if you need to contact me about anything, you're welcome to get through to me on there. Thank you very much for watching this video. I've got a few more bits to crack on with now, including this Insignia. So I'll catch up with you guys on the next video. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. Thanks again.